whoever we need, whoever needs to come into our life to help us navigate this, to bring them forth. And he brought us Ben Crump and his team.
And let me say this, because I've seen this too. His team never reached out to us.
Attorney Crump's
team. Where's the camera? Attorney Crump's team did not reach out to us.
Yes.
They have a case. They know it's no racial component. There's no evidence of race, but they know there can be some money made. Who do you go to when you want to make some money? You don't go to your local guy. This didn't happen across the country. This happened in Mississippi. You don't go to an attorney in Mississippi. You go to Benjamin Crump. Save the Storks is celebrating families all summer long for America's 250th birthday, so more American babies can celebrate birthdays of their own. Here's the deal. Give any amount today, any amount, and you'll receive an exclusive Save the Storks mini tote bag. But listen, it's only for the first 200 donors. So don't wait. This isn't just a little tote bag. This little tote bag helps save lives. Every dollar helps Save the Storks reach a woman before the abortion pill reaches her mailbox. That matters. Save the Storks deploys mobile medical clinics across the country and partners with pregnancy health clinics to bring hope, care, and real support directly to women. Go to SaveTheStorks.org/Tatum right now. Give today, get your mini tote bag, and let life happen. I really do believe that Nolan Wells deserves a happy birthday celebration. I think he deserves to be celebrated and remembered as an incredible young man that he is. Roll a clip.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday, homeboy. Happy birthday. Give me one. Happy birthday.
All right, so y'all see it, which I really think he deserves an incredible happy birthday from everybody involved in this. Let's go to Jamal Bryant. This is the podcast that the family decided to go on and communicate with this pastor. Now, every time you hear the family's attorney, the family itself, that side of the argument say, we're just asking questions. We didn't blame anybody. This is not about race. Oh, really? This is not about race. Then why do you contact a civil rights attorney? A black one at that. One that is known for getting justice, which he never get any criminal justice. It's just money payout. It's a financial gain. I think it's a grift. But why would you get a civil rights attorney? There's local attorneys there that will help you. There's attorneys that are white that'll help you. Why not a white attorney? Why not go to a white church? Why not this be a community gathering? It's got to be, after his death, they made it out to be black, 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 when that ain't even the way Nolan lived his life. Listen to Jamal Bryant and you tell me, does this make sense to be associated with Benjamin Crump or this guy? Roll it.
I bet you $1,000,000 if it was 5 black boys and 1 white boy on the boat. By now, there would have been an arrest, there would have been a warrant, there would have been a seizure, but because America doesn't believe that Black Lives Matter, they trying to act offended because we want to ask the question, what happened?
It's not a question when you're making accusations. They're getting offended because you're accusing. He just said, now, Nolan's family is sitting on the front row, and I know you can't stop the pastor from saying this, but even in his sermon, he's continuing to frame this as a racial matter. He said 5 boys on a boat with 5 white boys. Well, we all know that it wasn't just one boat, and Nolan didn't even go on a boat that Jackson Warren went on, or at least Warren wasn't on the same boat. He was on Wyatt's boat. Then everybody came back on different boats and all this other stuff. It wasn't just an isolated situation with 5 white boys and 1 black kid going on a secluded island. It wasn't the case. It was like 20 of them out of 3 boats. And Nolan saw other people there. He hung back with the girl. It was 1,000 people on the island, hundreds of boats out there. Why are you still framing this as if it was one black guy and 5 white boys? And claiming if the roles were reversed racially, we know this wouldn't have happened. How do you know that? Give me an example in Mississippi in recent future or recent times that this has happened. It doesn't exist. Roll the clip.
Been to our brother. And when we ask the question, what happened? The response is we're still gathering information.
It's an investigation.
We're waiting on toxicology, waiting on the grand jury. Am I my brother's keeper? That's the question underneath every delayed subpoena, every
Delayed.
sealed file,
Sealed.
every complaint filed against a grieving mother's nursing license.
One complaint.
Instead of asking whoever left her son on the island, the institutional Mississippi still muttering Cain's excuse, it's not my problem. I wanted to come to Mississippi today from Georgia
To grift.
to let the system and to let the establishment know, let that be the last time you try to intimidate a black mother. She's got every right to fight for her son, to stand for her son, to question her son, and you better not mess with her nurse's license. Leave that black woman alone. And I want them to know if the dirt wouldn't be quiet, what makes you think the water's gonna be quiet? Because black people know something about coming through the water.
These are the people that are representing black folks today. This mother's grieving her son is dealing with that kind of person that made it all about race. Acting like an investigation is somehow thwarted or untoward because it's taking longer, and y'all didn't even give them the phone, so they didn't even have that to investigate. That's the part that bothers me. Why are we still talking about this? This is what makes me mad, and y'all get mad at me for pointing it out. It's not right to keep pushing this race stuff. Where is the racism? Once upon a time in Mississippi, people were racist. 2092, y'all still gonna be saying the same stuff. All right. Here's a little bit of that podcast from Jamal Bryant. Roll it.
But the intentionality of wickedness
No,
Right, right,
absolutely.
right.
It's
to
disgusting.
give a bad portrayal is something I've never seen
No.
at this level and at this height. And the end game, I think, is just intimidation.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times when you hear cyberbullying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's middle schoolers. So
Yeah.
cyberbullying is in high school, but not for adults
Yeah.
who are grieving.
And I've never cases where that, and we were just talking about this, cases similar to ours, I've never seen this. I've never seen that. And it's, the cyberbullying component of it.
Yeah.
And so, and I hate to say it, but it's so sad. Like sometimes it takes you to a place. And so as I'm sitting here experiencing this, I think about kids, particularly in our community. Her name was Aubrey Wyatt. I think about those situations and I'm like, my God, feel like sometimes I'm barely holding on.
Wow.
This, just thinking from a child's perspective who hasn't been through life, who hasn't been through anything, to know that they would have to endure something like this because this stuff is taught. You're not and that's why as parents we have to be careful because you guys, this is not cool. Bullying other people. If you have children, your children are gonna see this at some point.
Oh no, for sure.
And then that carries over to, how they're gonna behave and how they're gonna treat others.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that was about. Maybe our clip is too short, but she said a lot of something I didn't understand. I don't know what she's talking about. The bullying, is she saying that people are bullying her online, which I think is wrong if she's getting bullied online. But I also think it's equally wrong to accuse people who didn't have nothing to do with a murder. They're young people too. They were actually Nolan's friends too. And I think it's wrong. Shout out to John with the super chat. Brandon, I know you have a mixed family, so do I. I just yelled at my mixed kids for using that word. I'm assuming the N-word. Because I don't approve. Am I right? 100%, man. Let me just or am I wrong? Let me just say it like this. Would you go to your church and call your pastor or say the N-word to your pastor? If you wouldn't do it at church, the question is, why wouldn't you do it? Because it's inappropriate to do. If it's inappropriate to do it at church, it's inappropriate, and you see the fault in it, don't do it publicly. I teach my kids all the time. I don't like the N-word. I don't use the N-word in front of my kids. Y'all don't see me using the N-word on here. I have used it before. I used to use it every other word out of my mouth when I was in college. And I blew up on somebody about 7 years ago online. He was talking trash, and the hood came out. But I don't condone that. I don't believe in using the N-word. And then also, if I don't want a white person calling me that name, then I'm not using the word. If I get offended that white people say it because I think it's wrong, then why would I be out here saying it? You know how hypocritical and stupid you sound? If you saying an N-word every day of the week, calling your brother, sister N-words, you get mad if somebody say N-word, then a white person say N-word while singing to a song and you get offended. That word, you just need to let it go. There's no taking that word back. Every black person that tells the lie to themselves that, oh, we do this because we take the word back. No, you didn't. If you got the word back, you wouldn't be offended when people use the word. Here's another clip from the podcast of them saying they want to get the Department of Justice involved, but it never materialized to a real conversation, but wrote a clip.
Give us a crash course, either one of you, on why you want the DOJ to get involved.
Well, from the beginning, just premature statements before an investigation was made.
Yeah.
That, along with stuff that was told to us, which was out of character, but the premature statements and then just the way that people were moving, it didn't seem trustworthy. And my wife that day, she pulled me to the side and she said a prayer that whoever needs to come into our life to help us navigate this, to bring them forth. And he brought us Ben Crump and his team.
And let me say this, because I've seen this too. His team never reached out to us.
Attorney Crump's.
Attorney Crump's team, where's the camera? Attorney Crump's team did not reach out to us.
Yes.
What it was is when we were at Lake Mars and he and I sat there and I said that prayer, and then we went to the coroner's office and the whole thing, and finally we made it back home. Things were already set in motion. My wonderful friend group, they were like Johnny on the spot.
That's great.
That next morning, it was, hey, look, I have this, this, and this. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not going to say her name because I don't need her getting bullied either, because apparently my nail tech got bullied.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it, because second to the outrageous
All right,
attacks
so let's jump on this real quick. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think should have happened that I think would be more reasonable to happen in good faith, and I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening, which I think is not in good faith. A good faith approach to this, because we showed y'all text messages just yesterday of Miss Christine and Warren Hudson, and there was a cordial communication between the two of them. Hey, anything you need, Miss Christine, let me know and we'll provide it. She asked them for their location. She asked them for Nolan's stuff, what he was wearing. They gave her everything she wanted. Anytime she asked, he responded to her. That to me it seemed to be reasonable for her to come out in public and say, hey, that Warren kid, when I talked to him, he responded, he was respectful, and he answered all my questions. He wasn't evasive or anything. Please let off of this boy. This was one of my son's friends. And we don't need everybody getting out. That's what should have happened. And the mom reached out, and all these other people from the other side, the white side, reached out to them, and they never responded to him. If you really thought it was that much of a deal and there was so much suspicious, weird things going on, why don't you come together as families and talk through this, so when you disseminate things to the public, you're not hurting another family that really didn't deserve this. You know, we talk about Miss Christine getting one complaint. People have gone to jail for threatening Ashley Cole, Warren's stepmother. It's been 5 people that have gone to jail. And we heard 3 phone calls that if the cops knew who these people were, they threatened to kill Warren's dad. That's 3 more people that should go to jail. How many people have been arrested for harassing Christine Wells? 0. How many people have been arrested for harassing these boys? It's been like 5 people so far. Who do you think is, and then you got to ask yourself this question. How did they get involved in this to the point where they're getting death threats? I thought nobody mentioned them. I thought nobody made it about race. I thought they're just asking questions. That's not true. Asking questions don't get people accused of murder. And you got other 18 and 19-year-old boys that appear to be really good friends with Nolan. Now their lives are ruined. Some of them can't even go to stores and get anything because people are harassing them because they are under the impression that they've killed Nolan Wells. Why? Because the attorney of the family and the family is putting it out there that these white boys must have done something wrong. And I think it's wrong. Until you get the evidence, why are you going to blame somebody? Especially young people. Here's the last thing, which my honest opinion is that when people gave to the GoFundMe, what did they think they were giving towards? They raised $700,000, $800,000, but Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. Colin Kaepernick paid for the secondary autopsy. Allegedly, Al Sharpton did the eulogy for free. Or, let me say he did the eulogy for free. Tyler Perry paid for it. I'm assuming that his eulogy honorarium comes with the funeral proceeding. So now that all of that is out of the way, where's $800,000 going to? And I think this gives some answers to it. Roll the clip.
That night before it hit the internet, we were in bed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, they're going to come for my career.
You said that.
I told them, I was like, they're going to come for my career. I don't know if it is going to be now, in a few weeks, in a few months. I said, but I am telling you, they are going to come for my career. And when I say they, I'm not talking about any specific group of people, just people who don't like the fact that we are just wanting answers.
Yes.
We're just
Time out. It appears that all the black people support you. Who is going to come for your job? According to the internet of what has been presented on the internet and publicly, she only has 1 complaint. She has not been fired. I think her conduct should get her fired, the statement that she made at that press conference. Now, you can say whatever you want to say, but if a white person came out and said, you got to talk to your kids about hanging around black people, pretty much, the way they move in spaces where people don't look like them. If a person says something so racially charged and biased, I think that person should not be working in a setting where they have to deal with the people in which they claim that you got to be careful around. That's not reasonable. That's not practical. You are a professional. You can't be I raise my kids to watch out, especially if people don't look like you. That is racial. That is a racist thing to say. That is a bias and prejudice thing to say. If a white lady came out and said that, I think it's wrong and I think she shouldn't have her job. And then somebody fired over her saying that. But even then, nobody's firing her. She got 1 complaint on her job. Ashley Cole, Warren's stepmother, has gotten hundreds of complaints. The woman doing the autopsy, the coroner's office, hundreds of complaints, thousands of complaints. Thousands of people calling and trying to get them fired and threatening to kill them. I'm even getting threats just because I interviewed. All right. Roll it.
wanting the truth.
Can you imagine to be insulted that you want answers and closure about your son?
I say it all the time. All we did was ask a question.
Yes.
We asked a question that any good, loving, caring parent or parents
Yeah.
would ask if something like this happened. I would hope, and I have said this every interview, press conference, I would hope that, God forbid, if you were in this situation, that you would ask the same question. You would want to know, because when you are left with your child is gone,
Yes.
we can't answer what happened, when did it happen. We can't answer any of these questions. It's hard to cycle through the stages of grief, and you get stuck.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's all we did was ask a question. And I have, really just tried to mentally, but you can't mentally prepare yourself
No.
for any of this, because at the end of the day, and I've said it before, we didn't ask for this.
Yeah. Shock and awe.
We did not ask to lose our child. We have not asked for people. Let me say this. We have not begged, because that's another thing. We have not begged anyone to donate to the GoFundMe. What we have said is that if you can, great. Thank you. We appreciate it, because what people don't understand is situations like this, there's so much that comes with it. Elmore and I have not been to work since early July.
Yeah.
That first week, we've not been to work. And I'm going to be honest with you, the profession that I have sometimes is emotionally heavy.
Yeah.
So now I have to kind of sit within myself and be like, okay, are we really ready for this? Are we ready to go back to that life?
Now let's talk this through. As a woman whose son has died, I understand that you may not be able to go back to work. It's been over a month now. Are you saying to us that you're utilizing the GoFundMe money to maintain your lifestyle while you're not working? Is that what you're saying? Why is Mr. Elmore not at work? It's been over a month now. That's fine. You're grieving your family. I get it. You deserve to grieve in the way in which you think is the honest way to do it. All right, let's move over to the other side of the family. Does Miss Ashley Cole get to take off work because her son is being accused of murder to the point where 5 people have been arrested for trying to kill them or threatening to kill them? She goes to work every day. Does Warren Hudson, does Jax, does Morgan, now they're accusing that kid Bart, do they get to go back to college or get to sit out of college because they're being accused of murdering their own friend until the investigation is over? They don't have this is what bothers me. They don't have the luxury of doing that. Trayston don't have the luxury of just saying his side of it, given what he believed happened, explaining that he was the person on the video arguing it wasn't Nolan. He don't get a chance to say, because of my friend died and I want to mourn, or my friend died and I'm being accused of killing him, I get to take time off. I don't get it. But what I do see is this. Let me predict something for you guys. This is what I believe. It could be not true, but based on everything, and I've been trying to be sensitive to this family because they did lose their son. But it's getting harder and harder the more stuff they say. And then Christine put my name in her mouth. Christine said, I'm not even worthy of giving me airtime. Well, then it's fair game, right? It's fair for me to criticize you now because you just said something crazy, and I don't think that's reasonable. But this is my prediction. This is what happens in these cases. They have a case. They know it's no racial component. There's no evidence of race, but they know there can be some money made. Who do you go to when you want to make some money? You don't go to your local guy. This didn't happen across the country. This happened in Mississippi. You don't go to an attorney in Mississippi. You don't go to a representative there in your locale. You go to Benjamin Crump. Get a national figure involved. Immediately you raise $700,000 on a GoFundMe. What's the next play? The day that Nolan was put into the ground, the day of his funeral, there was paperwork filed to open an estate in his name. I was told, And I think common sense tells you when they open an estate in his name, they're preparing to sue somebody for a wrongful death suit. Benjamin Crump has gotten people $700 million, $800 million, $500 million, $50 million, $30 million, $20 million, $10 million, $5 million, $2 million in wrongful death settlements in civil court. They've sued these police departments and gotten tons of money in wrongful death suit. Now, I think the play is this, is that they will not go back to work because they're going to try to prepare to sue to get a wrongful death payout. And $700,000 plus a multi-million-dollar wrongful death payout, why would you have to go back to work? You can invest that in some property, put that in the SP 500, put that in an index fund, and you can live off the interest. Especially if you get a $20 million, $30 million, $50 million, $100 million wrongful death suit. And to me, I think that's the play. I don't really know if justice is something that they want to get. I think they know what happened to Nolan. And they know what didn't happen to Nolan. I think they already know. That's why this is a PR tour and not necessarily a tour to bring awareness to Nolan Wells. This conversation should have just been about Nolan Wells, to be honest. That should have been it. This doesn't need to be a PR stunt. I said what I said.